Hey, what's going on, everybody? I wanted to come back and do another breakdown for you guys, this time of the co-main event of the evening. And I wanted to break this one down especially because I have some betting action on this fight. I got in on this fight a little bit earlier in the week, but the line has not moved substantially. It seems like the market has settled on a price for this fight. And the fight I'm talking about, of course, is a strawweight eliminator. It's a title eliminator between Xiaonan and Carla Esparza. So Carla Esparza on the one side, she is a former UFC champion. She was defeated by Joanna Jędrzejczyk. She won the Ultimate Fighter when the strawweight title was introduced. So Carla Esparza has been around for a long time. She's a powerful wrestler. She has good takedown offense. She has pretty good, she's got decent enough punching from range. I think that sometimes people underrate Carla Esparza's hitting power. She's not got a lot of stopping power, but she's done some damage to the faces of the girls that she's fighting by winging her right hand and, stepping into the pocket pretty willingly. So I think that Carla Esparza is a talented fighter. But on the other side here, we have Xiaonan, who's on a lengthy win streak. I believe her last loss was in 2013. I want to say she's won 12 fights in a row. And Xiaonan is on a 6-fight win streak in the strawweight division in the UFC. And that's very impressive to me. Carla Esparza, on the other side, she's on the strength of 4 consecutive wins. However, they've been split and majority decisions for the most part. So Carla's been, eking out some of these wins. And I'm not saying Xiaonan is blowing everybody away, winning every round of every fight. But what I do think is that she's accruing a lot of octagon time. She's getting better fight over fight. She's the younger athlete in this matchup. And I think that she's going to have some physical advantages in terms of strength and power when it comes to Carla. But I also believe that Xiaonan's takedown defense gets better over the course of a fight. We see that in the Gadelha fight, she was taken down twice in the first round, and then she was not taken down again over the course of the fight. And you may be saying, well, Claudia Gadelha gasses out. And you'd be right about that. But I also think that it was a function of Claudia Gadelha not being able to get to the same takedown offerings that she had gotten to in the first round. Xiaonan was learning, this is what she wants to do. This is what I need to do to react and stop it. In addition, Xiaonan was taken down by Angela Hill briefly, and she ended up in a precarious position on the ground there. I will acknowledge that. But I also think that she demonstrated poise, patience, a willingness to fight. She's got a warrior spirit. She was trapped in a deep submission hold and did not give up. And she was able to come back and win that fight, secure a takedown of her own, and prevent any further takedowns from materializing. So I think that on the strength of wins over, the likes of Angela Hill and Claudia Gadelha, odds makers weren't crazy to open this line, with Xiaonan as a favorite, in my opinion. I think Xiaonan deserves a distinction of about a minus 150 favorite. I capped her personally at minus 161 for this fight, which translates to, I think I ended up settling on a minus 150 indication, 60%. But what I meant to say is that her career average, the odds that you're typically paying at the window for Xiaonan, because again, she's 6-0 in the UFC with arguably 3 credible wins now under her belt, and she's been an average odds of minus 161 in her fights. You look on the other side, Carla Esparza has an average career odds of plus 114. Now, Carla Esparza has also overperformed her odds. We can be honest about that, even though I'm on the other side. Carla Esparza, in recent fights, has been an underdog in a lot of these spots and come through, again, eking out these close decisions. But I watched back the tape, and I saw a bunch of things that concern me if I was to be a Carla Esparza backer. Now, Carla has excellent wrestling skills, but her fight IQ from the top position is questionable. Her last fight against Marina Rodriguez, she would easily secure a takedown. I think Marina Rodriguez has worse takedown defense than Xiaonan, but we'll see on Saturday. And I think that Marina was waiting, just stuck underneath, didn't really have an answer. I think Yan Xiaonan would be a little more active of trying to pursue feet on hips and trying to get her way back to her feet. I think that she will be insistent on that throughout the fight, and if Carla wants to take her down, she's going to make her work. But Carla would send herself to her back. She'd look for a low percentage straight ankle lock, with 45 seconds, a minute left in a round. And I thought that she gave away those rounds. Carla wasn't doing a tremendous amount from on top. She did in the third round, I want to say, from a weird Merkel-like position against the cage. She landed some pretty good ground and pound shots. But for the most part, Carla doesn't land a tremendous amount on the ground. She takes people down, tries to control, and again, it's the falling back to a straight ankle lock despite her coaches pleading with her not to. It's the lack of activity from the top position. It's the negative strike differential. Those are the things that put me off Carla Esparza and made me think Yan Xiaonan has a pretty good chance in this position. And so if we look in the UFC, 6-0 for Yan Xiaonan, 100% win rate. Carla Esparza is 7-2 in the UFC. That is a 77.8% win percentage in decisions in the UFC I'm talking about. Carla Esparza, her notable losses. She was knocked out, TKO'd in round 3 by Tatiana Suarez. I watched that fight back. Absolutely brutal. I think Tatiana Suarez is a problem for everybody. Exciting news to hear that she's coming back at 125 pounds later this year. In addition, she got knocked out by Joanna Jędrzejczyk. And I think that there are some comparisons to be drawn between Joanna and Yan Xiaonan. Yan Xiaonan pumps out a ton of volume. She's got straight punches. She's going to be the better and cleaner striker in this matchup, in my opinion. I don't think there's much doubt about that. We look at some of the physical advantages. We've got a height advantage of 4 inches in this spot for Yan Xiaonan. It seems like she's at a slight reach disadvantage, but again, 2-year age gap in her favor, and I don't think that she necessarily wears the damage like Carla Esparza does. Carla has scar tissue all over her face. She gets hit with 1 or 2 hard punches. Her face starts to swell up, starts to bleed. And in addition, I don't like the way that Carla Esparza reacts to hard punches. I think that in a lot of her fights, it makes her desperate for takedowns. It makes her stop doing the high efficiency takedowns that she gets early and start reaching, compromising her base and her position. And I think that Yan Xiaonan is the type of fighter who will capitalize on that. I think that the volume difference is going to be absolutely substantial here. I think that Yan Xiaonan, even if she gives up takedowns, will certainly outvolume Carla Esparza over the course of this fight. And so I ended up playing Yan Xiaonan. I didn't want to get out over my skis here. I feel pretty confident in her, but I again tempered my expectations to -150, 60% indication, and I saw the line drop down to -118. For me, that was enough of a gap that I was willing to get involved. I put down 0.5 units, hoping that more Carla Esparza money was going to come in, but as I feared, -118 seemed to be the floor for where this betting price was going to go. Now it's settled out at about -125. I got back in and put down 1.25 more units when I saw the line move back to -120. And I think that by fight time, Yan Xiaonan is going to close as a more significant favorite. I could be wrong about that. The public, who has normally faded Carla Esparza at all costs, is now all over Carla Esparza. Because she's been able to string together some impressive wins. Granted, she beat Alexa Grasso, who's got good striking. She beat Marina Rodriguez, who has good striking. But I think that Yan Xiaonan has better fight IQ. And if you look at the course of her career, she is a decision machine. So when it comes to optically winning decisions, we know that Yan Xiaonan is doing the right things. Carla Esparza, she does a lot of the right things too, but I think it's not going to be enough against the younger, fresher Xiaonan, who puts out a ton of volume. And so I also played Yan Xiaonan by decision, 0.7 units at +150. That line has started to come in according to best fight odds right now. Yan Xiaonan by decision, I am looking for. Xiaonan by decision is +150 is currently the best price you can get on the market. So I would try and get that while it's good if you can. And if that's how you want to play it, because the over on this fight has been steamed. It's over 2.5 rounds, -400. I want to say it's sitting -350, -375 that the fight goes to a decision. So either way that you lean in this fight, I think somebody's going to win by decision. I think that Yan Xiaonan wins a clear 29-28 in the second and third rounds, coming on strong as Carla Esparza begins to tire, cannot keep up the pace and the pressure. That's what I envision in this matchup. I think that if you got in on the Carla Esparza money line when it was plus 150 or above, that was a great bet. I think that if you played her at plus money, you know, you're not going to come out of that feeling upset. But I think that the play would be Carla Esparza by decision. If you want to back Carla in this spot, Carla's not a finisher. Neither of these ladies are finishers. So I think that this is going to be a fight that sees the scorecards. I think the best way to bet it is probably through that prop market. If you want to get involved, look for that plus 150. It's still available in a couple places. I think it was 5 dimes and somewhere else. But if you guys want to get involved, that's what I'd look at. I like Yan Xiaonan. I think that she's going to end up closing as a bigger favorite. She opened minus 195 in this spot, guys. She got bet down to minus 118. I'm gonna fade the public money train behind Carla Esparza, and I'm gonna go the other way, backing Yan Xiaonan. And I'm excited to see this strawweight title eliminator. I think that this is a big fight. I think that Yan Xiaonan has been waiting for a breakout opportunity. I think that the UFC sees that either way in this matchup, they're going to get a worthy title challenger. And Carla Esparza holds a win over Rose Namajunas. It would be a great storytelling device to have that in their back pocket. So the UFC is going to come out of this with a good challenger for the title, one way or the other. But I think it's going to be Yan Xiaonan. I think she's going to surprise people. And I think that a lot of bettors are going to be, back to being sour on Carla Esparza after she lets them down this weekend. But we shall see. Thank you all for watching. If you're taking action on this fight or any other, let me know in the comments section below. I'm going to be putting out a couple more breakdowns. God bless you all. Enjoy these fights. Let's go for UFC Vegas 27. Good guys versus the Bookies.